And we are back again. So I did a second video on everything, and it seems that something happened to the video. I don't know, maybe something like some type of bug happened to the video rendering, and so it didn't go through. So I'm making another video, and that is right at this moment. So here we go. So I talked about in my first video about the chi ball and the acquiring of chi. And when you take one hand and you dip, you take the other hand and you dip, then you put both hands down and you dip, and you come back and forth, and then you bring them together, and then you can feel the magnetic field between the palms, right? The skill is so easy to acquire through my system because I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know how to get the mind and emotions to still themselves in a very simple manner in order so that you can tune in to your chi field, which is the electromagnetic field of, at this moment, now my internet is going in and out, which is bananas, right? It seems like every time I try to do this goddamn video, extremely serious and like on point, something happens. So bear with me as, as I try to expound on this goddamn skill again. As you can see, as I'm doing it, you probably can see, for those of you who have the site, can probably see that here I have this energy field, and if you look closely, you can see it. You can see like right there, you can see like the energy bouncing off of my hands and in between right there, right? But it's really difficult for people to see because your mind has you locked into a very specific energetic field, which your physical eyes actually, um, agree to, so that every time we look at a certain thing, it shows up the way that we want it to show up. And that's a whole world by itself. Like literally, that every time you look at a subatomic particle, it behaves in a very specific manner according to your will, and not the will that we use planetarily, like the egoic will of the planetary will, but the autonomous will that is still connected to the manifestation of the physical form and its evolutionary phases, right? Both and its life and death cycles. There's so much about that is ridiculous, like seriously. But when you're doing this and you're feeling that energy, right? And you're getting itchy, tingly, hot, cold, or electromagnetic field around you, then what this is doing is that the mind and the emotions are coming together and becoming one with the physical body. So you want to go over the body, literally going over the body with the energy, literally going over the body with the energy, and just allowing the body to feel the emanation of the chi all throughout the body, coming from emanating from the hands, but it also being felt through the body, because then the ego that is born from the that is being manifested from the brain is actually retraining itself in other parts of your body to say, oh, this is a true feeling, this is a real sensation, and this is a real energetic field of myself. Let us create a pathway in order so that we can actually um, be sensitive and manifest this more readily, effortlessly, right? And so, as you well know, you have this feeling, and so therefore, if something's hurt in your body and you have a damage in your body, all you have to do is not drop the field and put the hand over it. And you want to wait to feel itchy, tingly, hot, cold, or the electromagnetic field within the muscle or within the tissue, or within the bone, wherever you're trying to heal it, you want to feel one of those sensations. Now, you should not be surprised that these sensations are what's coming forward, because those five sensations are the same sensations that when you cut yourself, you feel when the body is healing. So it is only common sense and natural that when you connect to your electromagnetic field, that these sensations come up, because they are the natural advanced healing properties within the physical form. And all healing properties within the physical form are a form of immune what is the word I want to use? Um Immunity strengthening aspect of the body, right? So if I'm the kind of person that I'm constantly stressed, my mind is always going this way, my emotions are going this way, and I'm not aware of my surroundings, I'm not aware of what I'm doing. And then I start doing this practice, and the mind becomes still, and emotions become still, and all of a sudden now I can feel this field. And when I put this field around my body starts tingling and itching and hot and cold and feeling electromagnetic. Now you can understand the practical applications of chi, right? And that's one part of it. The other part of it is that you'll notice that when your chi field comes in, also that the blood behaves in a very particular manner. You can willfully cause the blood to increase or decrease from certain areas to promote advanced and faster healing. Makes sense, right? Because now that I'm doing this and I'm all connected and I'm relaxed and I'm using my full lung expansion, and so that means my blood is becoming 100% oxygenated and all my mind and emotions are still. So the autonomous aspect of my body that actually has the full power to heal my body totally activates fully. And so therefore I can increase the blood flow or decrease the blood flow in an area in order to feed or deprive a dysfunction within the body or a misfiring within the body. Or I can bring the oxygen to the cells so the cells can remember immediately and much more quickly its structure so that it can start rebuilding. The other things can start rebuilding white blood cells, red blood cells, and everything else that goes along with the repairing aspect of the body. They get to it like this. Instead of your mind being here, your emotions being here, and it's like they're like off and on, because your body's going through so many different systems of trauma that it can't focus itself as one on a specific area to heal itself. It doesn't get any more practical than it doesn't get any more practical. So now I have the ability when I'm doing my chi to to guide my blood that is fully oxygenated to areas that have damage and to take away the oxygenation in affected areas within my body, within the cells, within the bones, within whatever have you, right? So it makes chi extremely important to have. It would make it extremely important to have on a battlefield, right? Extremely important. If I can fully oxygenate my body so that my body doesn't wear and tear because I have enough oxygen pumping through it to consistently keep it moving at a certain rate of high performance, I have way more advancement than the other um, physical beings on the battlefield. This is why it's a coveted treasure in China. It is the reason why it is hidden. And it is a reason why most people, there's disinformation everywhere so that not everybody believes in it. Because if you don't believe in it and I'm a master at this skill, I can end you very quickly and you don't even know what happened. Right? And so, as practitioners, this skill becomes extremely valuable. This skill alone is it's priceless. A master who understands this skill and can teach it within 5 minutes, you can charge anything they want. Period. Because of the factor that this is a very extremely extraordinary and extremely rare skill to master. Most people are mentally monkey minded and they want their fast food. I just want to punch, I just want to kick, and that's all I want to do, and I want to get it over with. I want to feel like I can protect myself as quickly as possible and I can dominate whoever I'm in front of, and I'm good. They do not think about the longevity war that is set within the natural biorhythms of the physical form. But the Taoists did. They knew that it's not about fighting another person outside of themselves. They knew it was about understanding the natural order and finding a way to circumvent the curve in understanding of the full prowess of the physical form. And so therefore they created chi. And not only created, because you can't really create chi, it's something you actually already have, but the awareness of it, the ability to become one with it, with the ego, so that the ego and the autonomous body actually become one. So it becomes kind of like this super ability. That took genius, pure genius, inspiration, like lightning bolt from out of the sky. Whether it be a guy looking at a magpie fighting a cobra or a viper, or watching the planetary phases and how the sun, the moon, and the stars revolve around each other. naturally, watching how the seasons change naturally from one form to the other. You know, someone got so inspired and had such a lightning bolt of understanding that it changed the the engine that the physical form was using and launched it into something unimaginable. And it was so coveted that people kept it a secret, even from their own people. All right? So, as you're doing this practice and you're wrapping it around yourself, in time, you won't have to do this. You'll just wake up and it'll be on in your palms. And the next day, you'll wake up and it'll be going down and around your body and up your body and over your head, and it'll encase you like an egg. And then another process will begin. Right? Now, this is the issue with writing things down, because the Taoists didn't like writing things down. They just like, and taking, credit for what they wrote about, which is the reason why you don't really hear a lot about the Taoist masters and what they wrote on the secret aspects of it. You get they, and those who wrote stuff down, they put it in code and in symbols and stuff like that, so certain people couldn't figure it out. But after years and years of studying as being linguistics, they started writing out the things that the Taoists wrote down and masters of Qi wrote down. But the problem is that if you're not practicing it, it is easy to get lost in thinking that it is your willfulness that makes these things happen, instead of understanding that it is your letting go that causes these things to come into alignment, right? And that's where the sicknesses and the illnesses come from when you're doing martial arts in particular, and it's supposed to go one way, but yet it goes another way. But all of them can be corrected if one remembers that all of the most advanced skills are about letting go. They're not about being willful. They're not about trying to dominate and to overcome. It's about being in alignment with the will of the universe in order so that you become one with the universe and therefore obtain the powers of the universe within yourself. And that's extremely difficult for a warlike species. We are constantly killing, raping, and pillaging our environment and one another. So trying to get people to reverse and really pay attention and be like, hey, don't do it that way is extremely difficult. But I decided to do this channel in this manner so people won't be lost forever. You know. And if you have students or if you're a master, I don't care, man. I mean, listen to what I'm saying. Try what I'm saying. Just try it. Just try it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. And I hope that I've said enough on this subject, but more than likely I didn't. I will probably do another video either later on today or later today, or tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. And I'm hoping to get to the next video, which is standing meditation, the standing pose practice of Tai Chi, which is very profound, extremely profound. And uh, and that's the next step. That's the next step that all practitioners should be doing. Whether you're doing Chen, Yang, Wu, Sun, Bagua, Xingyi, Liu Bafa, these steps are for everyone. Qi Gong, when envisioned as a pugilistic system, becomes taijiquan, becomes Bagua Zhang, becomes Xingyi Chuan, becomes Liu Hafa, and becomes all the other martial arts that deal with ki and chi and prana. Okay? But chi is a real energy. You hear about it in Qigong, it's in Tai Chi, it's in Bagua Zhang, and it's in Xingyi Chuan and all the other Chinese internal styles. Not the Buddhists. They have their own stuff too. They talk about prana. But the Chinese had their own styles before the Buddhist monk reached Shaolin. And it was mostly the Taoists and the Chinese Muslims that were doing internal styles. Xingyi Chuan, Muslim. Bagua Zhang, Taijiquan, Taoist. And I'm 1,000% sure they mix together. And there are stories that they mix together. Bagua Zhang is when you're using the qi and you are allowing the natural turn of the feet to create a perfect circle. Xingyi Chuan is the linear spiraling movement coming off of the turning of the sphere. Taijiquan is all that together in one. Okay? So, as soon as you go from Qigong to Qigong as a pugilistic system, you're a Taijiquan. I don't care what system you're doing. Don't care what system you're doing. Taijiquan, Bagua Zhang, Xingyi Chuan, Liu Bafa are awareness focusing aspects for the characteristics of Qi. Taiji's one mindset, Bagua's another mindset, Xingyi's another mindset, Liu Bafa's another mindset. And all the other martial arts that are Chinese, actually worldwide, but I'm being specific with Chinese because they're the ones who really tried to keep it all together as one system. I'm sure there are others in Salat, in other Muslim arts. I'm sure there's other in other Indian Muslim arts and the natives in the Americas Muslim and martial arts and in the Africans. But the Chinese seem to so far have had the best documentation of the higher skill levels, because if I remember right, and I'm pretty sure of it, most of the secret sects only passed on their stuff orally. It was not for the common people at all. and it was even more ridiculously difficult to get into the school. You know, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be talking much more about this stuff, as we go along the series to help you guys, to understand the levels and so that you can systematically build on your skill level to a decent skill level. The highest skill levels, I'm going to save that for those who are so serious about the skill that they are really willing to come and train. So, but I can at least leave a trail, a really definitive trail up to a really decent level for those of you who are strong enough and smart enough to be able to understand how it ascends. You'll find me. You'll be like, oh shoot, if I can do this, then Eric is right, and I can go to him and understand how to do that. Or I can suffer through it and try to do it myself, which is not a problem by me. I'm dropping it here because I'm just tired. I'm tired of hearing the lie. I'm tired. I'm tired of listening to the line. I'm tired of listening to just the garbage. Garbage, right? And that does not mean that other systems are illegitimate. Weightlifting is an amazing skill set. Those things are good. Calisthenics, amazing skill set. If that's what you're going to do, then please go 100% in. 100% in, do it, love it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And if you want to cross train it with chi and stuff like that, do it, love it, amazing, amazing. It is not my path. My path is totally internal. Totally internal. I do reps emotionally, mentally, and physically. And I take a lot of rest because the mental, emotional, and physical wear and tear that happens when doing these practices while trying to deal with everything else, like have a job and children and a beautiful wife and a beautiful life, the pressures that come along with that, paying bills and stuff like that, and trying to get out of a system that is totally oppressive, yeah, there's a lot of rest that needs to be taken care of. So you do not damage the bones and the muscles and the neurological aspects as well as the emotional aspects of the body. So, and we'll talk more about that as we go along too, because it's important for you to understand that there's a reason why so few people get to the highest levels. It really takes a mindfulness, of mental, emotional, and physical clarity to ascend this ladder and to continuously ascend this ladder as you get older. Taiji, Bagua, Shingi, Loabafa should make you stronger. It should not make you mentally, emotionally, and physically weaker. Okay? So that's enough for today. That's enough for now, for this video. And I will see you guys in either a couple of hours or a day or two, depending on how I feel, with with the standing post practices and a little bit more of the secrets that go along with that to help you. I'm sorry, I'm not in full outfit. I thought I was. I had on the shirt. This should be black too, so I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't remember to have the full proper attire. I'll be in full black the next time. Um, yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I know it's not in this beautiful format. It's in a very natural format, which is something that I like a lot because I don't. I like organic. I really do. I like organic. Everything you see, there'll be no special special effects or something special, going on behind it. It'll all be organic, and what you see is what you get. So, um, thank you very much, and I will see all of you soon. Many blessings. I'm out. Now here I am again. I'm going to turn off the video. Hopefully, it will render within 24 hours, and it'll be up for everybody. If it's not, my bad, and I'll record another one. Ending stream.